Hello everybody, so welcome back to 11.3 part 2, okay, 第二部分啦。So to continue our last part, so we talk about the production of sperm and ovum. Okay, so sperm, each time we produce 4 sperms, and ovum, each time we produce only 1 ovum. Okay, 好啦，咁就 and then the next part is this is especially important and this is often tested. Okay, 經常性考嘅 and usually how is it tested? Asking you easy. So what is the importance of meiotic cell division, of meiosis? Okay, this is one thing, and then the other one is it will ask you what are the advantages and disadvantages of mitosis and meiosis, and you need to compare them. Alright, so these two questions are often asked. 會經常性問嘅，得唔得？ Okay, so this part is especially important. Therefore, I use a new video to tell you about this. 得唔得？我會開一條新片啦。好啦， so first of all， 咁我睇睇咯。Importance. So first of all, produce haploid gametes. This is rubbish. Alright， 好簡單嘅一樣嘢啦。OK， 佢就係用嚟去 produce 呢個 haploid gametes 啦。So why do we need to produce haploid gametes? Why not diploid gametes? 點解唔可以 diploid 啊？因為 remember the definition of fertilization. Fertilization 嘅意思係代表咩啊？就係一個 male gamete with 一個 female gamete, and then 佢哋會 fuse together 啊嘛 during fertilization to form 一個 zygote. Okay, so remember here now. Okay, remember, but help me write down. Haploid, remember, is it N or 2N? It's N, right? So diploid, N or 2N? 2N, right? Okay, so, 好啦. Okay, so just test you first. After 2 haploid joins together, so haploid plus haploid, how many N? The answer is 2N, right? Okay, so it becomes a zygote. So therefore 2N, right? If 而家講第四種情況咯 if it is a diploid plus a diploid, how many N? So say for example, this also forms a zygote. 假設啦 2 diploid cells join together, fuse together to form a zygote. How many N? So the answer is 4N, right? Okay? Easy. 係啦 and then this answer is wrong. Okay? This is just to clear your concept. 嗱，依家係搞清楚你嘅概念啊。Why is 4N wrong? 點解 4N 係錯嘅？ Because remember, N equals to sets of chromosomes, not number of chromosomes. Alright? Therefore, the answer for diploid, if this is possible, 假如係可能嘅啦, for diploid plus diploid, it is still 2N. Alright? Okay, 好啦, so this is the first thing. Okay, just to make sure you understand this concept. 好啦, another thing, 再講一講咯喎. But now, this is important. We need to know the number of chromosomes. 我哋而家今次啦, this box, we're going to talk about the number of chromosomes. Okay, so can you tell me, for human, how many chromosomes for a haploid? The answer is 23. Okay, well, for diploid, how many chromosomes? 46. Okay, so if, okay, 正常啦 body cell 啦就係 46 chromosome 啊嘛 right? 好啦 so if 2 haploid joins together, it will be 23 plus 23 equals to 46, right? But if it's 2 diploids, equals to 46 plus 46 equals to 92. So this answer is totally wrong. This is not a human being. 呢個92條嘅呢 not a human. 得唔得? Alright? So it must be a haploid. Gametes must be haploid. 如果佢唔係 haploid 嘅話呢 it is not possible. 得唔得? Alright? 好啦 ，so therefore，或者我哋講咧，must be 一個okay, we should say it like this. Gametes should have a haploid number of chromosomes. OK， 要小心寫呢個字啊！我哋唔應該講 gametes must be a haploid 嘅。OK，first of all，喺人類嚟講啦 ，for human beings，gametes is haploid，得唔得 ？But then since we are focusing on the number, right, number of chromosomes, all right, so therefore we need to make sure that we are saying gametes 應該有一個咩啊 ？They should have a haploid number of chromosomes，得唔得 ？That means 23 for human, 23 chromosomes, all right. 好啦，咁然後啦 ，so after fertilization, they form a zygote. They will restore the diploid number of chromosomes. 依句成句背咗佢。Alright, so this is very important, okay? 常識上 common sense, you can answer this, but remember the use of wordings are very important here. So this sentence, remember it, okay? 咁this is always a point when you answer question, 得唔得？好啦，簡單再講一次，兩個 gametes fuse together.Form a zygote. Diploid number can be restored. 得唔得？去重新去獲得翻啦，得唔得？好啦，咁然後啦 ，another thing, so therefore 就能夠 preserve a constant number of chromosomes from generation to generation. This line also recite this. 唔該你啦 ，alright。好啦 ，that means 意思係啲咩意思啊？就係 restore 到咗個 diploid number， 而 generation to generation 每一代啦都能夠 preserve 到保存到一個穩定嘅 ，OK 均一嘅 constant 嘅一個 number of your chromosome 啦，都會係46條嘅 ，OK it will always be 46 chromosomes。OK, so this is the first part. You can look at this diagram yourself. It's not that difficult. Okay, remember the N here and 2N here. Just be careful. 好啦，咁然後啦，再嚟咯 ，and then producing a genetic variation. This is very, very, very important. 得唔得？呢個非常非常之緊要啊。Okay, so let's start. 我哋會講啦 ，so children may look similar to their parents, right? They look similar, but they are never the same. They are not the same. Okay, 原因係啲乜嘢啊 ？Because they produce，原因我哋而家講緊啦 ，the offspring that results from 啦，或者等於 that produce by 一個嘅 sexual reproduction 係通過有性繁殖去 produce 嘅話咧 ，they are genetically different。佢哋基因上係唔一樣嘅。So you and your sister and your brother, they are genetically different， 得唔得？即使係大家都係 gametes， 得唔得？ They are genetically different 啊，所以 you look similar but not the same. Of course, you also look similar but not the same to your father and mother， 得唔得？你同你阿爸阿媽都唔會一模一樣嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，咁然後啦 ，we are going to talk about the sources。自己寫多一次先 ，sources 即係代表來源啦。Sources of 一個嘅 genetic variation，that's what you need to know， 即係代表佢哋嘅變異、遺傳變異 ，genetic variation。Variation 一隻字 ，you should know this word already because vary means different. Okay, we learned this word earlier. So variation is just the noun of vary. 得唔得？佢只係一個 noun 嚟嘅啫。Okay. 好啦 ，so what is the source of genetic variation？ 係啲乜嘢嚟嘅咧？原因就係嚟咯，就係一個嘅 difference in genetic materials 啊。OK， 即係代表佢哋個基因變異、遺傳變異。So how are the variation？Where does the variation come from? Of course， 就因為佢哋嘅 DNA 係 different 咯，即係代表佢哋嘅 genetic material is different， 得唔得 ？OK，but then we need to know two processes， 兩個過程嘅。The first one 指到一次啦 ，independent assortment of your chromosomes。OK， 第一個你自己記到頭兩隻字啦 ，the first two words，and then the other one we just talk about it in the previous video。等得上一條片講過㗎啦，就係 crossing over， 自己多一次 crossing over。Alright， so these two processes you must remember them， 一定要記得嘅，得唔得？好啦，再講啦 ，and then fusion takes place 啦 ，fusion 啦就 produce 咗呢一個嘅 individuals， 或者我哋講啦，呢一個 individual，so what is the thing 嗰樣嘢 after fertilization 嗰樣嘢我哋叫咩名啊 ？What is that thing called? After sperm and ovum fuse together, we call it a zygote. Okay, so remember that. 好啦 ，so the fusion will form individuals with 當然啦係 different 嘅 different genetic materials, different genetic variations. So you don't need to remember this word combination. 得唔得？你就咁寫 different genetic variations 啊，得唔得？佢有唔同嘅 genetic material 整成嘅，得唔得 ？Alright， 好啦 ，but then we need to know what are the benefits。個好處係啲咩啊？佢哋會 increase the chance for survival to survive when the environment changes。好，簡化少少 ，increase 增加啦 the chance of survival 生存 when the environment 當個環境改變嗰陣時，當個環境轉變嗰陣時 when the environment changes。Okay, so for example，俾一個最簡單嘅例子，you will learn about this in book 4. Alright, so way later，得唔得？有排啊。Okay, so one example. So your father, so for example, your father is short, mother is short, your brother is tall, you is short. Okay, so say for example, the environment changes and shorter people live, alright? And in that case, this is a genetic variation, right? So 首先第一樣嘢證明咗就係 your brother is tall. Somehow there is this genetic variation. 有一個改變咗先啦。And sometimes it may not be favorable. Sometimes 有陣時唔一定係好事嘅。Okay? Sometimes 呢一個嘅 genetic variation 係 may not be favorable. That means may not be good. Okay? But sometimes it may be good. For example 啦，今次咯就係講咩啊 ？The environment changes, not shorter people live， 而係調轉翻啦 ，taller people live。咁嘅情況就係 only your brother survives， 得唔得？就會咁嘅情況啦。Alright， 仍然都會係一個somehow it can still increase the chance for human race for 一個 human 啦去 survive 嘅，得唔得 ？Okay， so if there is no question, we need to move on. Okay， 咁然後啦就去繼續去 to continue 啦 ，and then we talk about the independent assortment. Alright, so remember independent assortments. When does it happen? 一定要永遠記住嘅。So it's the metaphase 1. Alright, so when we talk about metaphase 1, what is happening? 你應該記到㗎啦，就係 pairs of homologous chromosome 啦，會 line up along the equator， 得唔得？而且啦 ，these three words 係 they are lining up randomly。好 ，so what does it mean by randomly？ 係一個隨意嘅，得唔得？佢點樣會隨意 line up 啊 ？So what does that mean? That means maternal chromosome 啦，或者你嘅 fraternal chromosome，they are closer to a certain pole。佢哋會近其中一邊嘅。And this time it is random， 係隨意嘅。Okay, so what does it mean? Look at this diagram， 睇下邊幅圖啦。So this is the first arrangement and this is the second arrangement. So this is meiosis 1. So that means they are lining up along the equator. So where is the equator? The equator is here, the equator is here. 得唔得? Alright, so this time, as you can see, the father is closer to the left, the mother is closer to the right for arrangement 1. 得唔得? 但係 for arrangement 2, 望一望咯喎. So one father, one mother 係會係 to the left 啦 ，one mother, one father 啦係 to the right 嘅。Alright, so this is they arrange randomly, they line up randomly. 得唔得? OK? 好啦，所以啦，我哋就會知道咯。OK, maternal, fraternal 啦嘅 chromosome 啦，其實可能係 they line up randomly and they may be closer to a certain pole， 可能淨係近啲某一個嘅極位嗰度嘅啫，得唔得？好啦，然後啦 ，they separate independently， 咁唔使講啦。So meiosis takes place later, right？ 咁佢哋就會點樣 separate 啊 ？First of all，meiosis 喺 metaphase 2嗰陣時咧，喺或者啦 ，OK 喺 anaphase 1啦，佢哋就會separate 啦。anaphase 1咁就變咗呢一嚿嘢啦 ，anaphase 1。OK， 然後啦，喺 metaphase 2嗰陣時，我哋就會再知道 ，we will know that the sister chromatids will separate。Alright， 嗰個 sister chromatid 會再 separate 啦，so it will form this gamete。Alright， OK， 所以記住啊，metaphase 係 lining up along the equator，anaphase 係 separation of chromosome。Sometimes 喺 Meiosis 1嗰度就係 separation of 呢個 homologous chromosome 啦，但喺 Meiosis 2嗰度咧 ，Meiosis 2嗰度咧就會係 separation of sister chromatids， 得唔得 ？OK， 搞清楚啊！好啦，最尾啦，咁所以啦 ，they separate independently， 所以啦，成個嘢我哋就會叫做 independent assortment， 即係簡單嚟講就係佢哋係亂咁隨意去排列嘅 ，they line up randomly， 佢哋係自己去分配嘅，獨立分配啦 ，independent assortment，OK， 獨立分配，自己去分配，自己去 line up 嘅。Another word，random segregation，OK， 字都要識一識呢個字啊 ，OK，random segregation。好啦，咁然後咯 ，so the independent assortments 啦就會 produce 呢個 various genetic combination 啦，造成咗唔同嘅組合，唔同嘅 genetic combination， 得唔得 ？OK，for example 啦，你會望到嘅 only 2 pairs of homologous chromosome， 淨係得2對啫 ，2 pairs of homologous chromosome，how many outcomes in total？ 最尾可以出現咗幾多種 outcome？ 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8 8 outcomes， 得唔得？ OK， 係咪 8 outcomes 啊？唔係喎，其實 you can see that。OK，so these two are the same, two the same, two the same, two the same。所以啦 ，in total 其實可以造成咗 4 combinations 嘅，得唔得？當然啦，2 pairs of chromosome 啦，佢同你講啦 ，2 pairs of homologous chromosomes 啦，就會 form 咗 4 possible combination of 一個嘅 chromosome。但係啦，呢一個點樣計嘅咧 ？How do you calculate it？ 其實就係 2 to the power 2。OK， 好啦，但係你可以諗下咯 ，so how many pairs of homologous chromosomes are in our body？ 我哋 in our body how many pairs of chromosome？ 23, right? So what happened is 23 here. Okay, so the power is very large. So there are lots of different combinations. 得唔得 ？OK。好，遲啲再講啊，冇問題嘅。Let's continue and look at it。哦，已經下邊同你講咗啦。So we have 23 pairs of chromosomes 啦，然後啦 very large number 啦 of 呢一個嘅 combination。點解啊？原因就係2 to the power 23， 得唔得？你會有咁多個 combination 啊 ，produced by 一個 person。So that's all, and then we go on to crossing over。OK， 另外一個 very important process 就叫 crossing over 啦。Okay, so when we talk about crossing over， 咁我哋要知道啦，就係 prophase， 我哋會講到呢個 prophase 嘅。其實okay, so this it's better to remember the time. So this one, just put it down, right down here. This is metaphase because this independent assortment takes place when the homologous chromosome 係 pair up 啊嘛。當佢哋 pair up 嗰陣時發生嘅，所以係 metaphase。但係啦。When we talk about crossing over， 如果你記到嘅 ，if you remember it， 就係 it happens in prophase， 就係 when the nuclear membrane 係 breaks down 啦，然後佢哋會 become thicker and 一個 shorter 啦 ，visible 啦，然後啦佢哋會自己 pair up，they will pair up and they will cross over。我上邊 so in the last video I told you to underline that sentence，right？ 就喺一個 prophase 1嗰陣時咧 ，crossing over 會 take place 嘅。會發生嘅，得唔得 ？OK。So what is crossing over？ 簡單嚟講就係翹埋隻腳啦。So they are just like overlapping somehow，OK？Overlapping randomly，OK？好啦，睇一睇啦，就係一個 exchange of 一個 corresponding segments，OK？好啦，睇一睇啦。So 首先第一個字 ，you need to know corresponding 相對應嘅，互相對應嘅。OK？So there is an exchange 係有交換 ，OK？Crossing over 中係互換啊嘛，喺個相對應嘅嗰個節 corresponding segments there is exchange of materials。但係留意一樣嘢咯 ，remember we are talking about non-sister chromatids。So if it is sister chromatids, so imagine. So this is this left leg and this right leg. If they cross over, will there be any change？ 有冇任何改變 ？No, because they are the same. They are the same。佢哋 duplicated， 佢哋係係啦，佢哋係 duplicated 嘅，等等佢哋係 replicated 嘅 ，they are the same。So remember， you need to state this line very carefully。要自己寫呢句子小心啲啦，就係呢個係 exchange of 呢個 corresponding 相對應嘅 segment 呢一節啦，係 of 呢個 non-sister chromatids。所以你望到啦，今次係 maternal 同埋 paternal 去 cross over 嘅，咁樣先為之係 non-sister chromatids，得唔得？Okay, so therefore 佢哋會 give rise to 真係簡單嚟講就係 produce 到啦一個 new 嘅 genetic combination 啦，一個新嘅 genetic combination 啦。Okay， 好啦，望一望啦喎 ，so this is prophase one，this is prophase one， 佢哋會 pair up 啦 ，remember， 然後啦 cross over 就會 takes place 啦。點樣 takes place 啊？記住啦，佢哋係一個嘅係 exchange 咗一個 corresponding 嘅 segments 啦，但係佢哋係 non-sister chromatids，non-sister chromatids。會 exchange， 佢 wrap around each other 啦，而形成咗一個 they form X-shaped structure。OK， 形成咗一個 X-shaped structure 之後咧，呢一個 we need to know this name， 我哋讀 chiasmata， 自己讀一次 chiasmata。OK， 如果係 singular 嘅叫 chiasma，plural chiasmata， 得唔得 ？OK， 要識呢一隻字啊。So this X，so where is this X？ This X is just here。OK， 我哋講緊嘅。What I highlighted 呢一個 X 就為之係一個 chiasmata 啦。Alright， 好啦，然後咯 at the chiasmata 呢個 chromatids 就會 break 咗啦，然後啦就會 as you can see the maternal chromatid 啦就會 found here 啦，而個 paternal chromatid 就會 found here 啦，得唔得？佢哋就會有咗呢一個嘅 they will have the corresponding segments of the other sister chromatid 啦，佢就會有咗另外一個 sister chromatid 嘅 segments 啊。Alright， and then in this case even more crazy 就再癲啲啦，就會點癲法啊 ？As you can see, metaphase. So actually they will form many new genetic combinations. Okay, if we mix both of them together， 即係你自己咁樣諗啦喎。So if we mix both crossing over and 一個嘅 independent assortment together， 其實 look back here, there will actually be more than 4 combinations. There may be 8 combinations already. 其實呢度可能係8個 combination 嘅，得唔得 ？If there is crossing over， 得唔得 ？Alright。好啦 ，also just one last thing， 記住啦 ，chiasma 係 is not only one，OK？、其實呢一個嘅chromosome 啦，當佢哋一個嘅pair up 嗰陣時咧。When they pair up, so there may be more than one chiasmata forming. So there may be more than one pair up 嘅一個嘅，或者 crossing, there may be more than one crossing over 嘅一個 process 啦，係 taking place 嘅。Alright, so be careful, just to let you know. 好啦，最尾啦，咁我哋就望到咯。So crossing over is not rare. OK， 咁佢同你講係咩啊 ？Crossing over occurs like 46 to 95 times per meiosis。每個 meiosis 會有46 to 95 times 啦。簡單嚟講就係 each chromosome 係會 cross over at least once， 甚至 twice。就係 what I was talking to you earlier 啦。So more than one crossing over could be happening to one pair of homologous chromosome。OK， 一對可以發生多過一次嘅 crossing over 啊。Okay, so this is the last part of 11.3. 11.3 is very, very, very important. Alright, so make sure you understand the concept well, and I will go through very quickly again during class. Okay, so that's all for this video, and again, feel free to do this part, and then we'll check it during class.